Welcome to the Albert and Billy Show on WUAT and Channel 18 Valley TV. And as always, we'll remind you, you can check out every episode of the Albert and Billy Show on YouTube. So how you doing, Papa?
I'm counting. Is this number 72 or 73?
Our producer will know. 74.
Oh, I lost count.
You lost count. You're one off. So our 74th episode today.
But people...
We're getting close to the big 100.
People should not be expected to go back and watch 73, though.
Well, I'm not telling them to do that. They can watch any one they want to.
I thought you said they had to watch all of them.
I didn't say that. I did not say. Where's that sponsor sheet at? I'm going to get that out of the way.
There it is.
So you don't have to remind me. We want to thank our sponsor, Citizens Tri-County Bank, right on Main Street, longtime sponsor. Also, Bilbrey Insurance on Spring Street, right behind Howard Up Church Law Office. Go see Frank and Susan and Sadie for all your insurance needs at Bilbrey Insurance. Scotty's Restaurant right here in downtown Pikeville, home of the Scotty Burger. It's Lola's. She is just
spitting distance.
I know, this very few minutes. Take us about not even 2 minutes to walk to her shop from here. Yeah. She's in between Powell Church of Christ and the Starling Cafe. Posh Beauty Company, which is located in the old State Farm building on Main Street. Owner stylist Erica Campbell. Go check out the Posh Beauty Company right here in downtown Pikeville. Subway on the bypass. Marvin Smith and the Highway Department. The Loom, our next door neighbor right here at WUAT. Judy has had the Loom for over 20 years now.
That's on Cumberland Avenue.
Right here on Cumberland Avenue. And also Emma Boynton and Janice Sapp. Thank you, ladies. Michael Walker, thank you. Also, Rustic Roots Events, Melissa and Rachel. Remember, you can get massages at Rustic Roots Events. I'm going to do that one day. I keep saying it. I'm going to do it.
It puts you to sleep and you can't get out of there.
That'd be just fine. And the Farmers Chandelier Cafe and Gifts. Go check out the friendly ladies right next to us here at WUAT. They've been giving, right here on Cumberland Avenue, they've been giving us gift certificates to give away as prizes on the Top 10 Countdown.
That's good.
And they listen to us every day here on WUAT, so I'll give them a special shout out as well.
That's
Sonia, Donna, and Cheryl, and Marietta.
That's 7 of our sponsors on Main Street.
I know it. I know it.
Wow.
That's good, isn't it?
This little town is booming, isn't it?
That's right. Democrats. Wetzel County Democratic Party is going to be having a meeting on Tuesday, February 27th. It starts at 6:30 p.m. at the Sequatchie Valley Electric Co-op on Main Street. All current and potential party members and candidates are encouraged to attend.
If you're a candidate, you better be there.
Yes, yes. That would not be smart to miss that.
No.
Attention businesses, industry, medical facilities, and more. If you are interested in participating in the Wetzel County High School Career Fair on Friday, March the 23rd, please contact Nanette Smith or Debbie Lane at 447-7570 and reserve your table now. And we'll be down there for that day. WAT DJs will be down there. Who knows, me and Pawpaw may make a appearance down there. Yeah, I just thought I'd tell you that last minute. You love that, don't you?
Am I a DJ?
You will be that day. Cody McCarver, radio listeners, Cody McCarver will be at the Nickel Roll Music Hall this Saturday night at 7 o'clock p.m. Tickets are $10 at the door. It's brought to you by WUAT Radio, Reverend Darrell Gibbs, and the Country Bluegrass Show. The Country Gospel Bluegrass Show, that is. For more info, you can call 447-3000. And if you're interested in being a head football coach for Little Blue, you need to complete an application. Applications are available at Posh Beauty Company, which we just talked about them, on Main Street. The deadline for returning the application is March the 1st. If more than one person applies for the same age group, each candidate will go before a coach's selection committee, and then they will decide the coach. For questions, please contact Isaac Youngblood at 423-802-4823. All right.
Coaches are important in the role of the children that are in sports, but also it's important to the school, even though these are these would be volunteers.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, you don't get paid.
And I bet they don't have to have a background check.
Probably not. No.
But what I'm just saying, though, listen, if you've been reading what all's going on in the sports world.
Yeah, that's not going on here, though.
I know that, but I'm just saying the coach is an important figure in the role that children and sports play in the life of a school.
I know that.
So these are important people.
I coach basketball.
All right. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Those kids look up to you.
Yeah.
It's important.
It is important.
I mean, just realize Rick Pitino got fired.
He was a dang good coach.
Probably in the $20 million range.
Oh, yeah.
Per year.
Wish Holly Warlick would get fired. I couldn't pass it up. Heck, they lost 2 in a row now.
Let's don't get
Tell us about our senior salad luncheon.
Senior luncheon at the Bledsoe Senior Center on Fraser Avenue.
Yeah.
It's going to be February the 23rd. Today's the 21st.
Friday, folks. This Friday.
Yeah, well, that's not long gone.
So this is announcements for the radio listeners.
It will be from 11 o'clock until 1 o'clock. So they'll have hot homemade soups. It'll probably be 100 degrees that day.
It could be. I don't know.
Cornbread. Pone of cornbread.
Oh, God.
Variety of salad. You don't understand what a pone is.
Even Allie's rolling her eyes now.
I made a pone of cornbread last night. Put it in that skillet, and when it got done, I just turned that skillet upside down.
A pone?
I made
P-O-N-E.
P-O-N-E.
A pone of cornbread.
It was good.
I'm going to eat me a pone of cornbread.
Now, I'm not sounding that country, but really, it is a pone of cornbread. I don't believe me.
Yeah, I do.
There will be a variety of salads and fresh garden salad. So I don't know what that means. It must be salad night to go with the soup. Salad day. There will be ham and all kinds of sandwiches.
Yeah.
The desserts are all homemade. They do not try to slip anything bought in on you. It's all.
That's right. That's right.
Then you get a drink. And then you shell out $6.
The affordable price of $6.
All right. Don't forget, it's 11 to 1, and it's dine in or take out. But they will deliver to the businesses located in the city of Pike. Yes. All you have to do is call Joanne at 447-6111 and explain to them you're hungry.
That's right. Say, I'm hungry, Joanne. Bring me some food.
That's Saturday now, right?
Friday.
11 to 1. 11 to 1.
You got that right at least.
50-50.
If you want that pone of cornbread, you better go Friday, not Saturday. Now tell us about Second Chance.
I bet you a $5 bill against a hole in a donut that your mother,
There's another one.
That your mother knows what a pone of cornbread is.
I'm sure.
And I'm sure that the radio listeners and television watchers,
I know,
50% or more of them know exactly what a pone of cornbread is.
I'm sure.
It's just you.
I just like
You're
hearing
in
you
the
say
dark.
it.
Oh, you like to hear me say it. Does it sound country?
Just a little bit. Just a little bit.
Our volunteers, this is the Second Chance Pet Group.
We know this one by heart, folks.
But we want to repeat it because they're doing a good work.
They are.
And they're doing it with volunteers. Those volunteers are now waiting for you to call them and say, I've got a pet that needs to be neutered or spayed. So when you call, if they're busy, you leave your name and your number and what it is you need done to your pet. I'm going to talk about pets today that our presidents have had in the past.
Okay.
So pets are a very important part of people's lives.
Definitely.
People raise children. When the children are gone, they've got no grandchildren, great-grandchildren, they get them a dog.
Well, a lot of people have pets too. That's true.
We will continue assisting the community as they have been doing for the last 7 years. Okay, to call, you dial 554-4442.
Even Allie knows it now.
Okay, and if you're blocking private callers, they can't reach you.
Right. You got to star 82 it, folks, if you have a private
See, I don't have
number.
that down here.
No, but I just know that's what you got to do.
Well, see, I know that the phone is correct too. So fix your critter, prevent a litter.
Be part of the solution.
Right.
Second Chance Pet Group.
Second Chance Pet Group.
Yeah, we need them because
Yes,
it's overpopulated with critters.
and they've been doing that for 7 years.
I know, it don't seem like it. So they do a good job. And Penny Warren is over that. So
Really?
we'll say thank you to Penny for that service.
Yes.
Well, Pawpaw, it is time for last week's trivia.
Okay. Now these were, if you'll remember, just did you know?
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right.
But
they're not questions. Okay.
But I'm just wanting you to know what happened. Last week was Valentine's Day, you know.
That's right.
And we found out that there were 110 million roses bought that one day.
I know. I was some of those. I bought roses too.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I noticed.
Do what? Allie got some roses too.
Listen, I saw they've marked Valentine candy down. First, it's just marked down 25%. Now it's down to 70%. They're trying to get rid of it. But roses have been marked down to $1 a piece. So if you know anybody that you like pretty good, you want to buy them $1 rose, you can get them to it after Valentine's.
That's right.
And then we found out last week that it took 14 years for 400 men to erect that monument in Mount Rushmore, the four presidents' faces. 14 years for 400 men.
Well,
That's hard. But of course, that's granite. You have to do a lot of blasting,
yeah.
then sculpting, and
I can't imagine.
And then I told you about the cigarette, the different kinds of metal that's in the cigarette. Arsenic and lead, that was two of the metals. And also they had lead, arsenic, nickel, and cadmium. I don't know what that does, but I'm sure it can't be good for you.
Right. Whatever it is.
You don't need to be smoking metal.
Right. And cadmium.
But why do the cigarette companies put
I don't
metal?
know. I don't know. That's weird.
It can't be good for you. People die from smoking, you know?
I know.
Do you know also that you pronounce a loaf of cornbread as a pone? It's not called a loaf of cornbread. What do you call it?
I just say cornbread.
Pan of cornbread. You call it a pan of cornbread.
Not no more. From now on,
you're going to go with pone?
Yeah, I'm going to ask every place I go, I'll need me a pound of cornbread.
If you go up and down the streets of Pikeville and you ask the average person if they know what a pound of cornbread is, I believe more than 50% would say, well, yeah, I know what a pound of cornbread is.
Probably so.
Okay.
But I'm still going to have fun with it.
Air pollution causes 3 million people to die every year.
Yeah.
Air pollution. You know where that mostly comes from?
Factories, cars.
Think of all the millions of cars on the highway.
Yeah.
And the reasons there is so much air pollution is all the cars in line to wait and get them a beer or go to the bank or go to the restaurant. They're sitting there with the car idling. That causes a lot of smog. It'll cause a lot of
unnecessary pollution. Yeah.
So turn your car off next time you're in line.
Okay. I will as I wait for my
and also we found
pound of cornbread.
Eagles are not bald. They call them bald eagles.
Yeah, they call them that though.
But it's just their white head.
I know, that's weird. Don't they call them white eagles?
And wildfires ate up 10.1 million acres of land.
Yeah.
Trees. I have a friend who lives in Palmdale, California.
I know he calls you every now and then, doesn't he?
And the last wildfires they had out there, it got closed.
Yeah, I remember you saying that.
They were scared.
You should go visit. You're crazy not to go visit. California's awesome. That's the best weather you'll ever be in.
Benny, how much would it cost me to go to California?
Oh, Lord, here we go. I'm telling you, it'd be worth it. I loved it. There is no better weather, period.
But I'd have to walk or drive.
He won't fly. He's scared to fly, folks.
No, I'm not scared
to
fly.
No, yes,
I never said I'm scared to fly.
Whatever.
You know why I won't fly.
He thinks that it might be the pilot's time to go. So
And
he
I
don't
don't
want
want to be
to
in
fly.
his plane when it's his time to die. That's all. When it comes my time to die, I don't matter where I am.
You just don't want to be in a plane.
No, not if it's his time to die. Let him go.
Oh, Lord.
They found an eagle's nest. They found an eagle's nest in St. Petersburg, Florida, that was 20 feet deep, 9.5 feet wide,
Goodness.
and weighed 4,400 pounds. The male and the female eagle did that for their eaglets. Isn't that something?
Alive. Yeah, that is.
And that's not to say that there's some larger. That's just one they found.
Yeah, yeah.
Eagles usually will build on a high crag somewhere that man can't reach.
Mm-hmm.
They don't want
To
their
protect
young to be bothered by people wanting to take a picture of them. Yeah.
That's right. They're protecting them.
Giant pandas, I told you they ate 15 hours a day, and you told me what they ate. Remember?
I did.
Yeah, you don't remember telling me?
Bamboo, yeah.
And
Yeah, I think my lifeline helped me on that
you
one.
remember Babe Ruth's name was Bambino.
Yeah, I do remember that.
Okay. And did you know that there was a Galapagos turtle that they found that was 188 years old?
Yes.
And weighed a ton.
Goodness.
One single turtle. Can you imagine whoever wound up with that shell?
Oh, man.
How big that would be.
Yeah. I didn't know they lived that long.
And only one baby turtle out of 1,000 that are hatched.
Oh, yeah, most of them don't make it.
Well, they want to go back to the water. That's innate within them. They go back to the water. And the mama turtle, she's not there. She laid those eggs months ago or weeks ago, whatever.
She's done.
She's back in the ocean.
She's over it. And
So the little babies are trying to get to the water for safety. But the birds are walking along.
Yeah, it's really not
them up.
safe.
Yeah. And this little boy, he saw them, you know.
He helped them.
And so he was picking them up and throwing them out in there to keep those birds from getting them.
Yeah.
And so a woman came along and watched the little boy for a while. She said, "Son, what are you trying to do?" He said, "I'm saving these turtles." She said, "Well, look at all these birds." He picked up one more and threw it out there. And he said, "There's one they won't get."
That's right. Good for him.
Okay, now you want this week's...
Not yet.
You're not ready
But I
for
will after the break.
We're going to get a break?
Getting a break. And then it's after the break, though, folks, we will have this week's trivia. That's coming up next, right here on the Albert and Billy Show. Welcome back to the Albert and Billy Show on WUAT Radio and Channel 18 Valley TV. And it's time for this week's trivia.
That break rested me.
Uh-oh, that means trivia will be really hard this week, probably.
All right.
We'll have to see, Allie.
Did you know
Oh, is it more of that? Okay.
that the blue whale is 80 feet long and weighs
A ton. 3 tons.
352,000 pounds?
Right.
A blue whale. You did know that.
Yeah, you know it.
Secondly, did you know that the tongue on that whale weighs as much as a bull elephant? The tongue?
Oh, what's a bull elephant?
A bull elephant's a big old animal. I'm
thinking of an
they're
elephant.
larger than a female is what I'm saying.
Okay, I'm just
The
thinking
male elephant.
A whale tongue weighs more than an elephant.
Yes.
No, I didn't
That's
know
hard.
that. Because
I
I don't
didn't.
believe it.
And then what does a whale live on?
I don't know, but I don't believe that last one.
Krill.
Krill.
Identify krill.
It's like a shrimp, but smaller.
Plankton.
Yeah.
Plankton. Little bitty
Plankton,
creature.
like on SpongeBob.
Well, what we're saying, he doesn't swallow a whole shark or something like that.
No, he doesn't.
They feed on little bitty sea creatures that have been put there for them to live on.
Yeah. You would think they would eat everything as big as they are.
Of course, they're a mammal just like we are, you know.
Mm-hmm. I guess the rest of the sea is very glad they don't eat meat.
I think how many sharks it'd take to fill him up.
Oh my God. You know they're glad.
Okay, here's the top 5 pets in the United States.
Besides a dog and cat.
Fish is number 1, cats number 2, dogs number 3, birds number 4, and then all of the small creatures come in there. Mix, gerbils.
Gerbils, yeah, gerbils.
And some people have snakes, and some people
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
A man came to the store one time and had a rat on his wrist, and that rat had his tail wrapped around that man's wrist.
Well, that man
And
is.
he would walk through that store just like that was everyday pet that everybody would accept. Do you think people didn't scream?
Yeah, that man's got serious issues to do that. There's something wrong.
Well, that was a long time ago too.
My goodness.
Okay, did you know? I bet you knew this. Who do you think makes 90% of all fireworks?
Who is it, Allie?
You ought to know.
Black cat.
The country.
Oh, the USA.
No.
No?
No.
Then how in the heck would I know?
90% of all fireworks are made in China.
Well, then everything's made in China, so yeah.
Yeah. You're right there. I hadn't thought about that.
Where's it made?
Why we said black cat?
Did you know that Michael Phelps in the United States has won more gold medals in the Olympics, which is 20,
I did know this.
with 23. He's won more than India, Nigeria, Egypt, and Portugal
Combined. That's
Of
amazing.
course, they don't win many medals.
No, they don't. No, they don't.
But he's got 23 gold. We've
I
got.
know, it's unreal.
We only have 10.
In the winter.
In the Olympics. Did you know that Stephen Curry's mother fines him $100 for every time he turns the ball over? He has to give his mother $100.
Well, he don't turn it over much. So.
There you go.
But that's I'm gonna excuse me, Papa. Help Allie out there a little bit.
Right.
Got it cooled off in here, folks. Today it is warm outside, and a little warm in here, but I'm glad to see the sunshine.
It is pretty.
It is.
Did you know the #1 selling album of all time was
Thriller, Michael
Thriller?
Jackson.
Buddy, you did know that, didn't you?
Mm-hmm.
Michael Jackson. #1 of all time. That's hard to believe, isn't it?
Yeah, him and the Beatles, the Rolling Stones. I know the list, the top 10, but I can't think all. Shania's on there.
Is she?
Shania Twain.
Okay,
Yeah.
who do you think is the #1 male movie popular fellow that gets the most money? Who do you think is it?
I love how you worded that.
I'm trying to put it in, instead of saying, did you know? I was trying to get you involved.
Well, I mean, of all time, though, or currently? So that can...
He's the #1 leading actor, money-wise.
Of all time.
Yeah, right now. So that would be up to...
Of all time.
Of course, the people back yonder, they were big, but they didn't draw as much money, you see, as people do.
Give me a clue. What's one of his movies?
I don't know. I've seen, The Green Mile.
Oh, Tom Hanks.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Well, I gave you a clue, didn't I?
Yeah, you did.
I couldn't think of one of them, and then all of a sudden it hit me.
He has a bunch of them. Big, Splash.
But so what
All
I'm saying
kinds.
is before a director or a producer approaches him to be the star in the starring role of a movie.
They better shell out some money.
They know what they're doing.
Yeah.
Okay, did you know that Meryl Streep has 30 nominations for a Golden Globe Award, and that she won in 80, 82, 83, 2003, 2004, 2007,
Good
2010, 2012. Can you imagine the time span?
Yeah, she's...
From 1980 to 2012? That's 32 years, and
Yeah,
she's still
that's-
winning?
That's amazing. But she is a
Amazing.
legendary actress, though, really.
Well, yeah, that's
I mean,
legendary.
yeah, she's really good.
She's up against some stiff competition, but evidently she's put her stamp of approval on the roles that she picks out to do.
Oh, yeah.
She probably can pick the one she wants to do.
Yeah, she would be able to.
She can look at one and say, that will be for me, and we'll win.
Well, all her movies do well, too, at the box office, so that helps her out a lot there.
And
there's a fly that's going to die.
No, he's going to worry you. He's going to worry you to death.
It keeps attacking me.
And we're going to talk in a little while about the Black Panther, but we had a boxer way back in the last century, along about in the 50s.
I'm not going to know.
His name was Joe Louis. Joe Louis.
Oh, I've actually heard of him.
He was heavyweight champion. He defended his title from 1937 to 1948 25 times in 12 years.
That's impressive.
Impressive. You better believe it. When we're going to do sports of all sorts.
Oh, is that it right now?
All right.
Right?
I want to talk about the Olympics.
Go for it, because I've not been watching, so you better do all the talking on that one.
There's not anything to talk about.
That's why I don't get into the Winter Olympics, because the USA is not very good at the Winter Olympics.
Well, we have done in the past. You remember the
and skating and hockey every once in a while.
No, not well. We did it
like one time maybe.
We call it the Miracle on Ice.
Yeah,
we beat the Russians.
1980, right?
But our men's hockey team is going into the quarterfinals. They're going to play Czech Republic.
Well, I mean, they do good ever so often.
Every so often. Yeah. But right now, we've been fluctuating from 4th to 5th and 6th, but right now we've got 10 golds.
Is there any Americans doing good in the figure skating, or is that started?
I don't think anything is monumental that we.
Because every now and then we do have somebody good.
Some of the participants that should have won did not win.
Okay.
Those that had been trained for years and years and years for this one time in their life, they didn't produce. And one girl said, "I beat me. I beat me."
She messed up.
She was saying, "I did not do my best." So there you go.
Obviously not.
But anyway, we've got 12 medals.
It's a lot of pressure, though.
12 medals total, and we're tied. I think we're in 6th place overall.
Yeah, that's not good.
But you've got, the ones that are in front of the United States are countries that should be.
Yeah.
Because they
get a lot of snow.
Winter-ish countries. Not like the United States. This is all what you see all over the United States.
Well, I mean, a lot of it, yeah.
UT softball.
They're good.
We were in a tournament over the weekend. We won 4 games. We're 10-1.
Yeah, who was it they lost to?
I don't remember. That was before I picked them up. They were 4-1 before they even came on my radar.
Well, they've been good the last several years. I wish they would win a championship, though.
Well,
they've come close.
They really need one.
They do.
As long as the weeklies have been there.
Yeah, they should have one by now.
They need to do better than what they're doing. Okay, Tennessee basketball. The men played tonight. They play Florida at Knoxville.
I predict a victory, because they play much better in Knoxville.
Well,
if it was at Florida, I would say I don't know, because they're not doing well on the road.
We are not performing. And here's what's bothered me. The coach, what's his name? Barnes.
Rick Barnes.
He has openly, blatantly criticized Williams, and today it was Bone. In the paper, bringing their names out in front of the media and God and the country, saying they are not doing their job. Well, he's got 15 men on that bench. and he's got other men playing out on that court for him to pick out. And
I don't know that I agree with that. I don't think you should do that.
Maybe he's done it in an effort to prod them into doing what they're capable of doing.
He is. He's
and
trying.
Williams needs to be doing better than making one field goal, which is what he made in the last game. One field goal.
He's trying to make them mad. He's trying to make them mad, motivate them.
Okay, that may be his philosophy.
Yeah.
But
that could go. That could work. It easily could work, or it could go the opposite direction and not work.
The way he's trying to get Bones' attention is giving him less playing time.
That usually works.
But now today in the paper, he said the reason you're getting less playing time because you're not playing well when you're out there.
Mm-hmm.
So it seems to me like there's a problem somewhere. Mm-hmm. We had the good showing for there's just a couple of weeks left in the regular season.
Well, it's the road games is where it's really showing up.
Well, we'll find out tonight.
Mm-hmm.
If you're right.
Well, I mean, they're playing lousy on the road here lately.
Well,
really bad, really bad.
Of course, Georgia's got a pretty good record.
They should have won, though.
But their coach is on the hot seat too,
mm-hmm.
and he needed that win the other night. So our coach said, "I'm going to give you a win tonight, so
mm-hmm.
you won't lose your job." Now you help me keep my job.
Yeah.
73-62. That was not very good.
No. He's a 10 times better coach than Holly, though, Papa.
Well, okay, but we got 26 points in the first half. That's 13 points a quarter. You're not going to win in the SEC.
No.
With 13 points in a quarter. And you've got 5 men out there on that floor that each one of them should give you 13 points.
Mm-hmm.
But instead, collectively, 5 men going to give you 13 points.
I know. And that's the second road game in a row where the offense has just disappeared.
Bad and sad. Bad and sad.
Bad and sad.
Yeah, let me tell you. We're 19-7. Georgia went to 15-11. We're 19-7. Tennessee women.
They
played at Missouri Sunday,
week.
And they were 15-0 to begin the season.
I know.
In the last 12 games, they're 6-6.
Yeah, they played awful the last 12 games.
6-6.
Even the wins, they don't look good.
No,
they've been ugly wins. You can tell they're a Holly Warlick coach team. I'm telling you, the problems never get fixed. Too many turnovers, no toughness, no toughness at all.
There's something wrong somewhere. We've dropped down. We're number 15. Tennessee men dropped down. They're number 19.
Well, the girls really don't deserve that ranking after that Alabama loss.
Well, I don't understand how we got that high ranking either, really, because, like I say, the last 12 games you're 6-6. Who would look at you?
That's terrible. You're supposed to improve as the year goes on. They are getting worse week after week instead of improving. They were better at the beginning of the year than they are now.
Yeah. Well, the Tennessee women in the SEC, we've got 6 ranked in the top 25. Mm-hmm. Men's teams, we've got, 3 in the top 25?
Mm-hmm. But more than 3 will make the tournament, though.
Oh, that's going to help us this year, the tournament.
Yes. But I think the girls play at Florida next, I think. But the problem is, and that's another thing on her teams, they're too inconsistent. They play down to their competition.
You've said that before, so you must know what you're
talking
about.
I think it's true. They play better in big games than they do.
Well, so far you've got the record to back you up on that.
Yeah.
Okay, I want to talk about basketball's big black eye. University of Louisville yesterday.
Which we done knew about this. They're just now.
Well, the pendulum swung back heavily.
Okay.
They stripped the University of Louisville yesterday of their title that they won back 13.
Well, they shouldn't have done that.
Never been done before.
No, you can't.
Never been done before.
What do they think that accomplishes? People still know they won the title that year, you know?
But listen, that's just part of it. They had to give up 122 other wins. They stripped them of that win in that tournament as champions. But 122 other games are gone now. They're on the defeated side instead of the winner's side.
I guess I don't agree with that because it's just not accurate, and it's not how.
Okay.
What they trying to do? Change history?
I said Black Eye. They made them give back $600,000 in revenue.
Now that I can.
Mark
see.
Wiedmer said in the paper today that could be as much as $1 million they get out of them.
That makes more sense as a punishment as opposed to the other reason.
Well, like
the
I
other
say,
punishment.
they've never done, the NCAA Infractions Committee has never stepped this big of a step before.
Well, what? I just don't get what that accomplishes, really. You just going to
Well,
say
there's
there's no champion for 2013? Or are you going to give the championship to the team that lost?
They'd have to go give it to the second team.
Okay.
I mean, that'd be the only other thing you could do.
Yeah.
But anyway, Rick Pitino lost his job. He got fired out of the whole ordeal.
I kind of figured that was coming, though.
Well, and here I said Black Eye. Losing your championship, losing 122 games, losing $600,000, seeing your head coach fired, and the fellow that was the assistant coach, Andre McGee, he is the one that had the heavy responsibility of bringing in the prostitutes and the strippers and the dancers to perform in front of those recruits to get them to come to the University of Louisville. Do you think they might have said, I believe I'd rather come here?
I would have. I mean, being honest, it made me want to come back.
That's what they decided they would do to entice a young man to come to their school. And they did.
It was smart, I guess, until they got caught.
Okay, here's
But it's cheating, though. You can't do that.
It's cheating?
But I highly doubt they're the only school doing that, though.
McGee now is not coaching now.
Obviously.
No,
obviously.
not. But I'd say those dancers and strippers and prostitutes still got their jobs.
I guarantee it.
Probably at another school, they ain't got caught yet.
Well, that's like I said. It's not just Louisville.
Okay, here's the thing. I keep referring to Mark Wiedmer. Mark Wiedmer picked up on this several months ago. The University of North Carolina is the sacred cow to the NCAA for some reason, according to Mark. He says that the NCAA Infractions Committee won't touch them. They've been under investigation, yes. They have been scrutinized, yes. They found out that the University of North Carolina, to enable their cherries that they picked to be the best basketball players around, to come to their school, they created bogus courses that they could take and pass.
Yeah.
What does bogus mean?
Well, it's not real. It's not a real class.
It's counterfeit.
Yeah.
It's just a sham that they can say, I passed my class.
Yeah.
Well, Mark
But now a lot
Weaver
of schools
says
do
that's
that.
illegal too. Why did the Infractions Committee settle on the University of Louisville and cut their heads off
I
and
agree.
slap North Carolina on the hand?
Well, is North Carolina's over? Is that investigation over?
Let's say it's over. But
Well, I'm assuming it is if you're saying that.
listen, North Carolina, according to today's paper, has paid out in lawyer fees to keep them from getting more trouble $18 million
Goodness.
in fees to lawyers to keep the NCAA away from them.
They're buying their way out of
All right.
trouble.
Again, I go back to Mark. You know what he said? He said,
Or I don't know. You tell me.
He said the NCAA Infractions Committee said the reason they can't do anything more to North Carolina is those bogus courses were offered to all students. Anybody could have taken it,
Okay.
so they weren't just being nice to the athletes.
It did not affect their men's program at all.
No.
But it did their women's. If you read about it, they're the ones that got punished. I don't know the whole situation, but they got punished.
I can't read between the lines, and I don't know all of
She
them
lost a
under the
lot.
table.
Well, a lot of her players transferred out, and she's having to rebuild because so many of them left because of that investigation.
Well, I don't blame them.
But Roy Williams made it work somehow, though. Credit to him.
He did. Well, now Mark gave one more illustration. Let me give you this example. He said a university in the South, didn't say who. Their athletic dorm had a television on the wall in their dorm, the size of a freezer.
Okay.
And the NCAA infractions committee found out about it and was going to step in and penalize them for doing that for their athletes.
Okay.
The boosters that had the deep lined pockets said, we'll take care of that. They bought every dormitory in the school a television the same size. Instead of taking theirs away from them, they made it available to everybody in school. So they couldn't say that the athletes were being treated differentially.
Yeah.
Isn't that something?
It is.
What I'm saying
and they wouldn't
is,
name the school on that one?
No, that was his example. He didn't give the name.
Oh, okay.
Because they didn't suffer any consequences. See?
Right.
But here's the thing about it. I said this is sports black eye.
Yeah.
There's a lot more things wrong with sports than that.
Oh, yeah.
We know that.
Yes. Louisville is definitely not the only school doing that.
Tiger's going to play again in the Masters, he said today.
Well, good. Good.
Because when he missed the cut after the first 2 rounds in that Greater Phoenix, that Open, Genesis Open, the crowds left with him.
Okay.
Because when he's on the course,
It's true.
the fans are there.
He's a big draw.
He's a big draw. Tennis, Roger Federer, what is he now?
Back at number 1.
Number 1.
That's awesome.
Isn't that something?
I
He's
think he'll go
36 years old.
and playing like he was in his prime. I mean, he is back. He's back.
He's not beating Billy Bridges. He's beating the cream of the crop.
You mean he's not beating Albert Roberts?
No,
he's
he's
beating the cream of the crop.
He's beating younger players.
Yeah, he's beating all the top players
that are in their prime.
Yes, it's great to see.
I'm proud for
I
him.
think he'll go down as the greatest ever.
Before he's through, I'm sure he will.
I think so.
He's not through yet.
No, I think he'll win another slam this year, the way he's playing.
That's all the sports.
All right, that's all the sports, Allie. So wake up, Allie. All right, we'll be back after the break with good old Albertology.
Yeah, we're ready.
That's coming up next. Welcome back to the Albert and Billy Show on WUAT Radio and Channel 18 Valley TV.
We're here.
It's time for Albertology.
There you go. I like an introduction.
I know you do.
I've got some wise sayings I want you to consider. Listen to these.
Listen. Have you noticed, guys? Listen is his favorite word.
Well, they're wise, not that I said them, but they're wise. So listen.
Sure.
That way you increase your wisdom.
Okay.
Number 1, 3 great essentials to achieve anything worthwhile are: number 1, hard work. Number 2, stick-to-itiveness. Did you know that was a word? Stick-to-itiveness.
No, because why would anybody want to say it?
It means don't give up. Stick
Okay.
to your gun. Stay at it.
I like hearing us on the speaker. Allie said, while we echoing. Everybody on the streets can hear us now, too.
Okay, 3rd, common sense.
Well, okay.
These are the essentials.
Okay, that helps.
If you do anything worthwhile, and listen, I've often said, and you just bear me out, Nanny had more common sense than anybody I'd ever known.
She definitely had you beat, didn't she? I couldn't pass it up.
Thanks, Billy.
You opened the door for that one, Papa.
What little I had, I got from her.
I'm just kidding.
Okay.
But it was a good one.
Second, it is wise to keep in mind that no success or failure is necessarily final.
Yes, I agree
Bear
with
that in mind. Don't sit back and rest on your laurels, nor moan your defeats. Strive to do better. And then thirdly, one day your life will flash before your eyes. Be sure it's worth watching.
That's a good one, too.
I really like that one.
Yeah.
I think when your life flashes in front of your eyes, it's right before you die.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not going to care if it's entertaining or not.
Number 4, success is the ability to go from one failure to another with no loss of enthusiasm. Sir Winston Churchill said that.
Okay.
Success is the ability to go from one failure to another without any loss of enthusiasm. Stick to itiveness. Number 5, a truly happy person is one who can enjoy even if they're on a detour.
That's true.
Enjoy. The scenery changes, the landscape changes.
Mm-hmm.
No matter where you are.
Mm-hmm.
Some of it may not be as flusy, but who wants to travel a freeway all the time?
Not me.
Carolyn didn't want to. She wanted to go to the state roads.
Yeah, that's where you see the best stuff.
You see people's yards or gardens or whatever, you know.
Mm-hmm.
6, courage is resistance to fear, mastery of fear, not absence of fear. And Mark Twain said that. What's Mark Twain's real name?
Oh, I can't remember.
Samuel Longhorn Clemens.
No wonder he changed it. I'd have changed it too.
I'm going to tell you.
Samuel Longhorn.
Longhorn Clemens. I'm going to tell you again someday how he got that name.
Okay.
Mark Twain. Number 7, the difficulties of life are intended to make us better, not bitter.
That's
Difficulties
true,
of
but
life
tough.
are normal.
Right.
If you don't have any difficulties, I want to shake your hand.
Yeah. Me too.
Number 8, the only job where you start at the top is digging a hole. I've always wanted to be at the top.
Yeah.
Any job I've ever had, but I don't want to be digging a hole.
No.
I told that to the kids at school. They got a kick out of it. Number 9, people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care.
That's a good one.
That's a good one. I don't know who said that one. Number 10, keep your fears to yourself, but share your courage with others. Robert Louis Stevenson said that. All right, one more. Parallel lines have so much in common. It's a shame that they'll never meet. 2 parallel lines.
Yeah. Who said that one again?
I didn't have that.
Oh, okay.
See, I wrote down the
Those
ones.
are pretty good.
I wrote down the ones that I had that I could attribute it to.
Okay.
I want to talk about the Black Panther.
We've talked about this last week or the week before, I believe, a little bit.
They had the premiere down in Johannesburg, South Africa.
Oh, okay.
Well, they had it in more than one spot.
Yeah.
But can you imagine? This is by the Associated Press, by the way. But can you imagine those people there in Africa, how they would be dressed up for this big to-do? I bet it'd be the first time it ever happened in Africa.
Probably.
Well, yeah. What other film ever had a grand opening anywhere in Africa? And listen, Africa,
Not that I know of.
Africa is the second. How did that come out? That wasn't what I was thinking.
Oh, Allie,
That's a blooper.
that's a good blooper reel there.
The second most populated continent. Second. SECOND. I don't know how you spell that other word.
Woo.
But anyway, they had the grand opening down there, the premiere.
Okay.
And this movie came at the right time. We're struggling to find leaders that are good role models for us to follow.
Well, that's
so when
true.
you see the Black Panther is as a young boy and he takes off that mask and you think, hey, my God, he's black and I'm black.
Right.
Can you imagine what it's done for the people of Africa to see a superhero
Yeah.
that looks like them?
Yeah.
Be hard
I'm sure they
to
loved
imagine.
it.
But anyway, one of the famous actresses of the day said to bring this film home is everything. To have it there, have the premiere there. It's opening in different places, but there is a middle class in Africa now. And these are the ones that have flocked to the movie, I'm sure, primarily. And in this movie, the African culture is highlighted. And the people that see it, they come out and they're proud of who they are now. They have taken on a new identity of themselves from having seen what's transpired. Now, this is a make-believe country. I mean, this is a make-believe Wakanda. It's not real.
Right, yeah.
But anyway, Kenya's western city of Kisumu, the local governor said this: sometimes we think we have two choices to make in Africa. Number one, we maintain that our traditions and our cultures and we like them the way they are, and we want them to stay backward forever. That's choice number one. But choice number two, we modernize by coming westernized and forgetting our cultural traditions, which by their very nature, so we think, are stuck in the past. But the experience of the Wakanda people teaches us different. This is a different perspective for the black people of Africa. And the Ethiopia's capital, the Black Panther has been selling out 5 times a day. They only have one theater. But the audiences are sellouts and they're running it 5 consecutive times.
Wow. Ethiopia, a country, just has one theater.
Well,
That's
the main
amazing.
city.
Okay.
I don't know what city it was.
I thought you was talking
in the
about the
country
whole
of
country.
Ethiopia.
Okay, that makes more
Wonder
sense.
City, Wonder City.
That makes a lot more sense then.
But anyway, it's the fella that this all can be traced back to. 50 years ago, Stan Lee of Marvel Comics is the one that this material is being garnered from.
Okay.
It's his work.
Yeah.
And now it's coming to the fore in this new movie, Black Panther, and we've got a black hero. When he takes that mask off, he's black.
Right. It'll be a huge hit.
Well,
It looks like it already is, really.
it was number 5 in history after the first week.
Oh, okay. That's
Can you
doing
imagine?
really well,
Can you imagine?
man.
You're up against a lot of stiff competition.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, do you know anything about Amazon?
A little bit. What are we talking about, though?
Walmart's having a little problem with them.
Are they?
Walmart thought they could take them on, but I think they've just about been delivered a knockout.
Really?
But the CEO of Amazon is Jeff Bezos, B-E-Z-O-S.
Okay.
And he is worth $81.5 billion. I'd say he's one of the richest men in the world, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
But you know what his yearly salary is? $81,840. That's all he takes out of his pot.
Well, he don't need it.
No, I'd say he doesn't.
So, yeah,
Okay.
he definitely don't need it. It'd be a tax write-off probably for him.
Well, it would. Okay. The different presidents that have been in office have had pets, except for 3. There's 3 presidents that never had a pet. James Polk, Andrew Johnson, and Trump. Those are the only 3 presidents that never had a pet. Okay, Jimmy Carter had a dog named Grits. I wonder why he named him
I like
Grits.
that name.
Maybe
Maybe he liked grits. Maybe he liked to eat grits.
Why? From the South.
Yeah.
Jimmy Carter. Okay, Abraham Lincoln had goats.
That'd be a little strange seeing that in the White House.
And President George Washington had a collection of horses and hounds. It doesn't say how many. But his wife had a parrot. So there's your birds.
Okay.
And she called her Polly. I wonder why. I never have a Polly wants a cracker. I've always heard that.
Cracker, yeah.
Okay. Since 1800, there's been 400 different animals from all kinds.
I bet.
But here's a few of them. Harry Truman had 2 dogs, Feller and Mike.
Old feller.
Calvin Coolidge had 26 pets.
Goodness.
He had a bobcat, a pair of raccoons,
At the White House?
and 2 lion cubs called Tax Reduction and Budget Bureau.
I like that name now.
George H.W. Bush had an English spaniel called Millie.
Millie.
And Barbara Bush wrote a book about her dog.
Oh, really?
And just called it Millie. Bill Clinton had a cat and dog, Buddy and Socks. Patricia.
I remember that.
Patricia remembered that.
I do too.
And here again, there was a book written by Hillary about them. Okay.
Really?
Herbert Hoover had a German Shepherd, and he called it King Tut. And Franklin Delano Roosevelt had a Scottish Terrier, Fala. I remember that. And guess what?
What?
The dog is buried alongside Franklin Delano Roosevelt.
Oh, wow.
Ooh. What about
Well,
that?
he meant a lot to him. That makes sense.
Evidently. I'm afraid we won't have time for Jimmy Carter. I'm going to put him on the back burner. I've got a big article about Jimmy Carter. Jimmy Carter had surgery. Melanoma.
Yeah.
And he went to his brain.
Mm-hmm.
And they thought he was going to die.
I remember that.
Really. And he made it. And
I was wondering whatever happened with that. So he's made it through. That's great.
And they have the Carter Center, and it's dedicated to helping the poorest people on the earth. One of them was in New Guinea, and millions of people were suffering from the disease they had was caused from drinking stagnated water. And they have, through their efforts, along with the Gates Foundation and UNICEF, and 1 or 2 more, they have reduced that figure down of the people that are affected in that one country by that disease to 30.
Really?
Instead of millions.
That's amazing.
It is. But he's 93 years old.
Jimmy Carter, yeah.
Lives in Plains, Georgia.
Okay.
Population 700.
Is that his hometown?
Yeah, we've been
Okay.
there. Carolyn wanted to go there. And
That's right.
Every business in that town, former business, would be like Pikeville.
Jimmy Carter this, Jimmy Carter that.
Building, no, every building was gutted, and they changed it over to a stop for visitors, tourists.
It's a tourist trap now.
Yeah.
That's
But
smart.
You could go into these stores, and I mean, there'd be long lines. They wanted to try peanut butter ice cream. Don't try it. Don't try it.
Peanut butter ice cream.
I tried it.
How'd that taste?
Everything is peanut butter, but you could go see.
Why?
The South, Billy, the peanut. George Carver.
Well, so what? I mean, that don't mean everything has to be peanut butter.
They wanted to cash in on the tourists coming to this little hick town called
You can't think of that.
Plains, Georgia. That's where he was from. And he started his presidential campaign there on the back of a train.
Okay.
But it's just so interesting. And then you can go to his brother Billy's gas station,
Mm-hmm.
and they had Billy beer.
Oh yeah, I remember you
that?
talking about that. We've talked about that on the show.
Yeah. But you can't really get close enough to see Jimmy Carter's house, but you can.
You can't. Yeah.
You're on a tour bus and they just show you where it is. You don't
Well,
get to
I'm
go
sure
up there
he
and
still
shake his
has.
hand. You don't get to
No,
shake
I'm
his
sure he still has to have security and stuff.
Oh yeah, but you know what? He goes to church on Sunday. He teaches Sunday school.
Really?
Maranatha Baptist Church in Plains, Georgia. 93 years old.
Well, that's great.
Can you imagine me still teaching at 93?
Yeah.
Can you imagine me teaching at 83?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I can.
All right. Here again, these are. I can't tell you where these. I can't tell you that Emily Howell gave me these. But
Emily Howe did.
These are from Reader's Digest.
Thank you, Emily Howe. Even though we're not supposed to mention you, Emily Howe. Thank you, Emily.
She's gonna be mad at me. My brother was having a tough time losing weight. Our sister thought he should cut back gradually. So one day she said, "Mike, would you like to split a donut with me?" Mike said, "You want to split too?"
That's pretty slick, Mike.
Cut back. I'm just going to take a half, but I'll take two halves.
That's right.
My husband gave me a beautiful anniversary card that had lovely art and heartfelt verses. Wiping away a tear, I said, "This is the sweetest card I've ever received." "Really?" the husband said, grinning. "What does it say?" He hadn't even read it. Typical husband.
If he just kept his mouth shut, it'd been okay.
The line at the Motor Vehicle Bureau inched along for almost an hour until the man ahead of me finally got his license. Studying his photo, he told the clerk, "I was standing in line so long, I ended up looking pretty grouchy in this picture." Must stayed in line a long time.
I get grouchy when I have to stay in line a long time.
Okay, why did the chicken cross the road, roll in the mud, and cross the road again?
Why?
Because he was a dirty double crosser. That was better than it
Usually is, yeah. That's
good.
pretty good.
Okay, Google, tell me a joke. What do you call a can opener that doesn't work?
What do you call a can opener that doesn't work, Allie?
A can't opener.
A can't opener, shoot.
Instead of a can opener.
I knew it was going to be something simple like that, but I still couldn't think of it.
When asked her opinion of punctuality, an applicant for a job assured me she thought it was extremely important. So she said, "I use periods, commas, and question marks all the time. Punctuality."
That's definitely not what they meant.
Oh, mercy. A mystery writer, P.D. James, told a college audience that her career path was laid out early in life. "My parents had an inkling of what I might become when I was 5 years old." Now, she's a mystery writer.
Okay.
They told her when she's 5 years old, they read Humpty Dumpty to me.
Mm-hmm.
And I asked, "Was he pushed?" While prosecuting a robbery...
Oh, wait, what? Oh, what am I missing there?
Well, Humpty Dumpty fell off the wall.
Oh, so she's a mystery writer.
She said, "Was he pushed?"
Yeah, she was already thinking like that. Okay.
At 5.
Okay.
While prosecuting a robbery case, I conducted an interview with the arresting officer. And my first question was, "Did you see the defendant at the scene?" "Yes, from a block away," the officer answered. "Was the area well lit?" "No, it was pretty dark." "Then how could you identify the defendant?" I asked, concerned.
Mm-hmm.
Looking at me as if I were nuts, he answered, "I'd recognize my cousin anyway." Told off on himself.
He sure did.
My cousin. Listen, the kids are in the kitchen and they say, "Hey Dad, may we have some ice cream?" The dad says, "No, you may not." So there's a long pause. And then the kid said, "Dad, may we be forgiven if we already had ice cream?" I think it was a little bit late to ask him.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's pretty good.
Like any college student, Connor Cox was excited when he received a package from home.
Mm-hmm.
He assumed it was filled with food and other goodies.
Yeah.
He tore open the box, and indeed he found a surprise inside. Garbage. Turns out he had left home without taking out the garbage, as he had promised his mother, so she mailed it to him.
Wow.
That's good advice to a lot of mothers and wives.
Yeah, that's pretty slick right there now. I bet he don't forget from now on out.
A Florida man drove his 24-year-old daughter to a job interview. When she came back to the car with a large amount of cash, he figured she'd gotten the job and this was her advance pay.
Mm-hmm.
But not quite. Unbeknownst to the dad, he had become his daughter's getaway driver in her 5th and last bank heist. He was helping her, but they got caught. Bless his heart, boy. Dads will do anything for their children. How many more we got?
5 minutes.
Okay. According to most studies.
You could have talked about Jimmy Carter, actually.
Couldn't. I want to be sure and get some Emily's in. I mean, not Emily's, the Reader's Digest.
Now, what was that name you said again? Was it Emily?
Reader's Digest.
Emily Howe?
Reader's Digest. According to most studies, people's number one fear is public speaking.
I can see that.
Number 2 is death.
Well, of course.
This
See
means
that.
to the average person, if you have to go to a funeral, you're better off in the casket than doing the eulogy.
I guess that's one good way to look at it, yeah.
Honestly, my biggest fear about becoming a zombie is all the walking.
Yeah, they don't get breaks.
They just walk.
They just keep on walking.
Bless their heart. They have such a hard life, don't they? Now listen to this one. This is cute. The Daredevil Nun is the name of this. One day while I was cutting my grass on my rotting lawnmower, 2 nuns from a monastery nearby stopped by just to chat. And one of them said, "I've always wanted to drive a tractor." So I offered to let her drive mine.
Mm-hmm.
I set it at the lowest speed, and she drove off. "It's like driving a car," I remarked to the other nun. And she said, "But she's never driven a car." So I took off running after her because she was going straight toward the fire hydrant. And so he started yelling, "Turn it, turn it." But the other nun said, "She can't hear either."
Shoot.
Can't drive and can't hear. She's going to hit a fire hydrant for sure.
Yeah, she's doomed.
10 years after we married, my wife and I were reminiscing about how we'd met in college.
Mm-hmm.
"It was a good thing you winked at me," I said. "I was pretty shy and would never have asked you out if you hadn't encouraged me." My wife responded, "What are you talking about? I didn't wink. I don't wink at boys. I didn't wink at you. I didn't even know how to wink." "Well, surely you remember," I said. "I walked by the cafeteria and you winked at me through the window." She laughed. "I wasn't winking. I was having problems with my contact lenses." Too late now. I've been married 10 years.
That's pretty good.
This is the last
one.
one.
One more.
My 11-year-old grandson and I meet once a week for lunch and homework. When he told me he felt stupid in math, I told him how many people feel that way when they're learning something new. We agreed to help each other, him with math and me with texting.
Right.
He showed me how to do it, and I had started writing a text of my own when I paused and asked if he asked if I was having a problem. I told him no. I was just thinking about what to say. And he said, "Well, that's easy, Graham. just say, I love you.
That's pretty good.
Texting?
Yeah. That's pretty
That'd be
good.
the kind of text you want to get from a grandpa or grandma. I love you.
Allie, since we have a little bit of time, if you'll hand me that up there, I'll say the birthday winners for this week. Here at WUAT. The birthday winners for this week. And happy birthday to all these following people. Hope you guys had a great birthday. The birthday winners are former Sheriff Bob Swafford, Pizza King, Katie Ray, Friends Flowers, Jonathan Rankin, the Shabby Peacock, Jesse Farley, the Starling Cafe, and Sandra Angel, the Kudzu Cottage. That's this week's birthday winners.
Kudzu
The
Cottage.
Kudzu Cottage is our newest birthday sponsor. They are located really close to you, actually. That white house, as you go to the stop sign close to your house.
Yeah, I know where it is.
Okay. Across from the old McBay's, you know,
That's
and
like,
the old high school and all that good stuff.
I know. I've been in the house many times. Had birthday parties.
Really?
In the house. Yes, had birthday parties in the house.
Well, now it's the Kudzu Cottage.
Kudzu Cottage. I'll have to stop and see them.
And if you are a birthday winner and you get the Kudzu Cottage, you get a $25 gift certificate. So it's a really good prize.
That sounds like a good deal.
And don't forget, as I was saying earlier, you can listen to the Top 10 Countdown each Thursday. And we've been handing out gift certificates from one of our sponsors, the Farmers Chandelier Cafe and Gifts. They've been doing gift certificates for winners. We do trivia questions, so I want to thank them for helping us out there with some gifts. So thank you, Sonia and Marietta. We appreciate that. All right, folks. Well, thanks for listening and watching the Albert and Billy Show. We'll be back next week. So long, folks.
See you, folks.